Tips for creating a retirement plan that works for you. When it comes to retirement planning, there are a lot of things to think about. How much money will you need? When should you start saving? What kind of investments should you make? It can be tough to figure out the right plan for yourself. But don't worry, we're here to help. In this post, we'll give you some tips for creating a retirement plan that works for you. 1. Figure out how much money you'll need. The first step in creating a retirement plan is to figure out how much money you'll need to have saved up. This will depend on a number of factors, including your lifestyle and where you plan to retire. If you want to maintain your current lifestyle in retirement, you will need to make sure your savings can cover your living expenses. Consider things like your mortgage, food and transportation costs, and any debts you may have. It's also important to factor in inflation. Prices tend to go up over time, so you'll need to account for that in your retirement planning. 2. Decide when you want to retire. The next step is to decide when you want to retire. This will impact how much money you need to save and what kind of investments you make. If you plan to retire sooner, you'll need to save more money. That's because you'll have less time for your savings to grow. You'll also need to be more conservative with your investments, since you'll have less time to recover from any market downturns. On the other hand, if you plan to retire later, you can save less money. That's because you'll have more time for your savings to grow. You can also take more risks with your investments, since you'll have more time to recover from any market downturns. 3. Choose the right investments. The next step is to choose the right investments for your retirement plan. This will depend on a number of factors, including your risk tolerance and when you plan to retire. If you're risk-averse, you may want to invest in more conservative options like bonds and cash. These investments tend to be less volatile, which means they're less likely to lose value. If you're willing to take on more risk, you may want to invest in stocks. These investments can offer higher returns, but they're also more volatile. You should also consider when you plan to retire when choosing your investments. If you're retiring soon, you may want to focus on more conservative investments. That's because you won't have as much time to recover from any market downturns. If you're retiring later, you can afford to take on more risk. That's because you'll have more time to recover from any market downturns. 4. Review your plan regularly. Finally, it's important to review your retirement plan regularly. This will help you make sure you're on track to reach your goals. It will also allow you to make changes to your plan if needed. Ideally, you should review your retirement plan at least once a year. But you may want to do it more often if you're getting close to retirement. 5. Get professional help. If you're having trouble creating a retirement plan on your own, you may want to seek out professional help. A financial advisor can assist you with every step of the process, from figuring out how much money you'll need to save to choosing the right investments. 6. Use online tools and resources. There are also a number of online tools and resources that can help you with your retirement planning. For example, the Retirement Planner tool on the SEC website can help you figure out how much money you need to save for retirement. 7. Stay disciplined. Creating a retirement plan is to stay disciplined. This means sticking to your savings goals and investment strategy. It can be difficult to do this, especially when the markets are volatile. But if you stay focused on your long-term goals, you should be able to reach them. 8. Make adjustments as needed. As you get closer to retirement, you may need to make some adjustments to your plan. For example, you may want to start shifting your investments into more conservative options. Or you may need to increase your savings if you haven't been able to save as much as you'd hoped. Creating a retirement plan can be a daunting task. But with some careful planning and professional help, you can create a plan that works for you. Subscribe to my channel for more tips on retirement planning.